Is that all swimmers now? Looked like more than that before. Anybody hiding? You guys at the back, you need to come in for the briefing. Great. Okay, so welcome to the 27th annual Across Mersey swim. Very nearly didn't happen this year. I think up until 2 weeks ago, there was no large events or large gatherings. So just keeping an eye on the social distancing, relaxations in the rules, and speaking to 100 million different organisations, we managed to pull it off, and here we are today, ready to start our swim. So well done. So just at registration, you should have given your name in, identified what pod you're in. Has everybody got a tow float? Yeah, no tow float, no swim, guys, because we need to identify you on the river. I mean, it's great for safety out there, but also it's great because the boat crews can see you a lot more clearly with the tow float. So you must wear one. Social distance, so a huge change in logistics today is the fact that we won't be leaving here in the boats, which is an ideal way because we can manage the safety and manage the numbers. So what we need to do is to get ourselves over to the Cockle Inlet. There's drop-off points and parking over there, and we'll have a quick get-together, the same as we do now, just have a quick head count before we get in the water. First time ever, we've got toilets on site. Hey, what an event. Got our own toilet this year, which is great. That's because outside was shut. And lots of organisations being represented today. I'm just going to rattle through a few of them. But this year's swim is dedicated to the memory of our good friend Rob Harrison. You may remember Rob from every swim we've ever done. He's been a great advocate, a great team member of Try for Life and Liverpool Harpies. And he's just one of those guys that just keeps himself busy behind the scenes, and a real big help to all the events that we've done. And a big loss today because he would have been here helping us out, helping us set up and helping the swimmers. So we're going to remember Rob today. Fortunately, we lost Rob to COVID a few weeks ago. He had a period of illness and unfortunately didn't recover. So our thoughts are with him today as we do this event. So other organisations we've got: Try for Life, Liverpool Heartbeat, the Red Caps, the Paul Lavelle Foundation, the Mersey Tri-Yellows, Liverpool Open Water Swimming Club, and the great bit of history with Liverpool Open Water, because it was those guys that started this original event with Jimmy Tinsley, Bob Jones and Robin Baines. So they're going to be on the river today, so big respect to them. You know, we've got a great history and a great legacy. We've got the RLI lifeguard swimming today, we've got Liverpool Water Sports Centre, Total Transition Triathlon, Warrington Dolphins, Formby Sea Swimmers, and more recently that added addition of the Rustmen. Yeah, there's a few of them here today. And again, not forgetting why we're here. Yeah, this is a non-for-profit. Yeah, everybody involved in this organisation does it of their own free will and their own volition, and it's all around getting together, enjoying the adventure swimming and raising funds for charities. And there's lots and lots of needy charities, especially now with this horrendous period that we've been through for the last 20 weeks. So today the charities will be Liverpool Heartbeats, RNLI, Stick and Step, Lord Mayor's Charities. We're going to meet the Lord Mayor in Liverpool to tell you a little bit about their charities today. Merseyside Sub-Aqua Club, Wallasey Amateur Boxing Club, the Paul Lavelle Foundation, the Open Door Centre, Maggie's Cancer Support, and I know there's lots and lots of individual charities from individual swimmers being supported today, and we'll try and mention a little bit of what's going on with them at the end. So I know they're not here, but I want you to really raise the roof for all the safety crews that are going to be supporting us today, because without their help this swim just couldn't happen. So when you're swimming across the river, the first you're going to see is when they're screaming at you to get in line or to move over or to get into space. But just lift your heads up and just thank them for turning out today, because without them it just wouldn't happen. Let's get them around the applause. Now the serious stuff, yeah, the swim. Just put your hand up if it's your first time today. Let's hope you're in pods that are going to look after you. Yeah, might come and meet you in a room called up the Isle of Man somewhere. But yeah, so it's important that the pods that you're registered with, you need to stay in them pods. Conditions are looking great. Yeah, we've had some terrible years, we've had some great years. But the conditions conditions on the river today are great. I know the weather isn't as bright as we'd like it, but for swimming, it's pretty ideal. We should have, providing the wind stays off, we shouldn't have any incidents at all. So just a little bit about the swim. Yeah, I'm here today on my own volition. Yeah, my responsibility to get in the water, to manage myself, and to manage the people that I'm with. Yeah, it's not a big commercial event with all kinds of insurance policies. I only got the insurance confirmed at 12 o'clock yesterday for this event. Yeah, and they sent me a big 20-page booklet about the liabilities and everything with this swim. And they may as well just sent me a letter saying this document covers everything except swimming. It's ridiculous. So bear in mind when you're on that water, yeah, you're in there of your own volition. Yeah, I don't want any of this claim and blame thing. If we're in there, if I get hurt, I'm not going to blame you. If you get hurt, I don't want you blaming anybody else. If you've got an issue with that, don't swim. Yeah, can't say clear enough. All the communities that are involved in the swim are around looking after each other, making the right decisions and trying to do the sensible thing. If it goes wrong on that river today, it's not because we don't care or that we haven't tried our best to make things as safe as we can. Yeah, but there's a lot of swimmers, so it's going to be down to the responsibility of your pods and the guys that you're with. You know, the days of me knowing every swimmer's ability has gone. So I'm relying on the clubs and the organisations that you're with to vouch for your ability to say you're good enough and strong enough to be on that river today. Yeah? So just bear that in mind. And if you're feeling a bit off colour, you're not feeling well, or you think it's a bit too much of a challenge, then step back. Yeah? Don't put yourself in that danger and don't put your pod in danger. So, but apart from that, let's get out there and smash it, yeah? Okay. That's all the insurance. What we'll do when we get onto the slipway in Liverpool, we'll get everyone together and we'll just give you the line of sight so you know where you're heading for, and that will be determined by the point that we go. But onto VTS, there's only one vessel due in around high water, so Jamie on Mrs J2 will make the call at what time we start. Yeah, so he'll be watching the river, watching the water, and he'll be trying to find a nice window for us so we won't impede any shipping and we won't have any issues. So especially for first time swimmers, when we get over there, just make sure you're listening to the line briefing on where you're swimming. Because I know it looks calm out there, but when you're in the middle, you're going to get thrown around a little bit, and you just need to keep your head up and keep heading and staying confident on that line that you're swimming, because it will turn and it will bring you back into this slipway here. Okay, so in a moment we're all going to get in our vehicles and just transit over to Liverpool. Keep your mask with you. You know, I had Merseyside Police on earlier in the week about social gatherings and social distancing, so I think we should just pay it the due respect that it deserves and just try and do our best to conform to these guidance. At the slipway, which you'll see just directly over there, the Cockle Inlet, just to the left of it is the John Hulley statue. Now, if you haven't seen the John Hulley statue, it's an impressive piece of artwork and a great link to this swim, because it was John Hulley who first organised the Cross Mersey swim in 1863. So just the statue's only gone up recently, so we're going to have just a quick group photograph at the statue, just a part of the legacy, and then we're all going to just transit over to the slipway. It's only 10 yards away. The Lord Mayor is going to say a few words about the event and about the great things that we've overcome to be here today, and then we'll think seriously about getting into the water. If you're over there, make sure you've got some warm kit to throw on, because there might be a little bit of hanging around if we're waiting for the tide or we're waiting for the ship to pass. So be ready to swim, but have a layer or two on so you're staying warm. If you want to take a drink with you, take a drink, and then we'll give you a 5 or 10 minute warning, ready to swim. Stick your stuff in your stuff bag or your dry bag. Mike's going to have his vehicle. Mike, just stick your hand up. Mike will have his vehicle over there. If you put your dry bag in the back of his vehicle, or if you've organised your own to come back, that's fine. But if you're worried about your kit ending up back here, if you give it to Mike, you put it in the back of his van, and it'll be back here safe and sound. So we assemble in the pods at the top of the slipway. The Lord Mayor will address the swimmers before the start. We're then going to do just a quick memorial to Rob, because I think it'll be very fitting just before we get in. Do a few minutes silence for him, and then we'll crack on with the swim. So there'll be a couple of guys, Mike, myself, organising the pods. So whereas you used to do a mass start, yeah, it's always very confusing to try and identify your pod when there's just hundreds of hats and hundreds of people swimming around. and they tend to break up a little bit when you enter the tide. So what we're going to do is call the swimmers forward in your pods. So it's going to be a staggered start. Remember, this isn't a race, yeah? It's about that community and sense of looking after each other, sense of adventure, and sense of getting across as a team. So that's what I want you to really focus on today. When you break that line at the dock, yeah, you'll be in quiet water in the dock. The moment you break that tide line, you're going to flow with it. So make sure you all go together, because once one swimmer is 10 or 20 foot ahead of you, you're not going to catch them. They'll just be gone. So it's important when we shout the pods, we want to move it quickly. 170 swimmers that we've got to get in the water. You want to move quickly off the slipway, in your pods, and then swim across. As you're swimming across, you should have a leader of the swim, so a pod leader who will give you the direction, and that's the swimmer you'll be following. Yeah, so the leader will stop every 50, 100 yards just to check that the pod's around him and that you're all safe. About 3 or 4 times across the river, just all stop, have a little gathering, little thumbs up, everyone's feeling okay, no problems with goggles or kit or feeling alright. Have a look around. The view from that river is just unbelievable. Yeah, it's the most iconic swim in the world, with that skyline and this skyline, and you sat in the middle on an 8 knot tide. It's amazing. So just enjoy that as well. Okay. If you do need to be extracted from the water for any reason, if you've got a problem with your kit or yourself, or some physical issues, just grab all your tow float, let your pod know that there's a problem. They'll stop with you, they'll call in the safety boat, just put your hand up, lay on your back, and the boats will come alongside. The coxswain of the boat and the safety crew with him will then direct you how you're to get into the boat. Yeah. If you are taken out to swim, you will be given a blanket or something to wrap around you, and you'll be given a face mask, because we've got to be seen to be observing this social distance. If you're in the safety boat, you'll be brought back here, so everybody will end up here eventually. If there is any medical emergencies, they will come here as well, and any emergency services will come to this point to cart you off to wherever you need to be. Once we're in the water, all our responsibility as swimmers is taken from us. Yeah, that responsibility is then handed to the safety crews, and they've got very specific instructions about watching the way the pods operate today. Yeah, we are on really fine kind of guidelines for safety with this swim, which I like because it adds that sense of adventure, but we need to be mindful of the numbers. So if you are getting extracted, or they feel like you're in the wrong position in the river, or you're not going to make the tide, and they instruct you to get out, I just want you to get out. Yeah, don't want you to make a fuss or kick off or anything with the boat crew. They're doing it for your safety. Yeah, they might see things on the river that will affect you, yeah, that you can't see, and they'll need to get you out of the way. If there's a mass catastrophe and we need to do a mass extraction, there's going to be 3 or 4 large motor cruisers. So we'll aim to get all the swimmers into the ribs, and then transit you to one of the motor cruisers, offload you there quickly, and then go and pick the next pod up. So if you are instructed to do something by the safety crew, just do it quickly and as efficiently as you can, because it's about everybody's safety. Everyone happy with that? Yeah. Okay, so it will be their responsibility to make sure that we come across safely. Hopefully no one will need to get in the boats, hopefully no one will need any medical evacuations, and we'll all get back nice and safe. So, when you come across the river, try and aim as high up this bank as you can, because that will give you more time just to drift into the finish. By the time you get back here, this won't look like this at all, yeah? It'll be a torrent. You'll be running about 7 or 8 knots. And unless you're close to the wall, and unless you've got that little final spurt left in you to sprint into this, I know it only looks 10 yards, but it'll feel like you're swimming 100 metres just trying to get into that little ramp. There'll be 2 guys here to help you out, so they'll drag you out if you need it, or they'll help you up. With the numbers today, I'm going to keep this ramp area clear for the swimmers. Get everybody here, we've got family members and teammates and everybody all singing and dancing in this ramp area. So nobody's going to go past this finish line. Yeah, finish your swim, come through this opening, have a great finish shot. Yeah, there'll be photographers here taking pictures of everybody. Enjoy the moment, clear this slipway, and then have your celebrations. Yeah. So as you come up the ramp, Andrew and Debbie will be here with the registration list that you just signed in on. Yeah, you need to confirm that you're out the water. Yeah, because if you don't give your name in, I'm going to think you're still in the river and start panicking. Yeah, so don't just come through and disappear. We'll come through. Once everybody's in, we'll have depending on the weather, we'll have a little presentation. So we're going to do the medal ceremony. We've done a little bit different. I'll surprise you with that later on. So do try and hang on with your teams for a little bit. Welcome all the swimmers in, and hopefully we'll have a cracking day on the river. Has anyone got any questions so far? Sure, swimming in now. WD team. Come on.
Well done.
Yes, we join the final swimming of the day. On the board. Here is Dan Zone of the 2020 across Mersey swim. Everyone home safe and sound. Thanks to okay guys, we'll have just 5 minutes, so I'm going to give us the thought, and then we'll do some presentations on the slipway. So we're going to bring everybody up in their pods, and I'd like the leader of the pod to come forward first to meet the Lord Mayor, and then the pod leader can present the medals to the rest of the pod. So the first pod's in today with the unsupport pods. The different coloured hats, so if they want to come forward first, let's have them first couple of pods come forward, all the swimmers. Okay, so first pod in, let's have you up. 6. Okay, jump in front here guys. Let's keep it moving. Okay, well done everybody. Let's have just a little note of thingy today. There's four channel swimmers here today, and David Loughlin's one of them. So smashed it on the Mersey today, well done. Well done everybody. And now it's the green hatch, here's the green pod. Well done mate.
How many's in your squad? 7.
Come on, Rob.
Legend of the swim, Joe Colligan, 81 years old, still smashing it, Joe.
That's right, Joe.
Fantastic. Well done, everybody.
Brilliant, thank you.
Okay, next up, legend channel swimmer, Steve McHugh. Congratulations, Stevie, then.
Thank you very much.
Well done, mate.
This is 11.
Go on the PLF. Well done. Come on, get on that picture. It's like a paparazzi here, look at it.
I'll keep the rain off. Me lads.
Big round of applause for the Paul Lavelle Foundation. For your cracking work in the community. Well done, fellas, ladies.
Alright, well done. Fred, you can kind of hear. Yeah, Mike. I'm going to do.
The Mersey Yellow has been good grief here.